Okay, here it is, the final exam. So I have just unpacked the final, and I have a little video here. This is what you're going to want to do. So we're moving each box onto the palette horizontally, like so. Taking care not to have the boxes slam into each other when we're doing it. Notice that the boxes don't hit each other as I place them and then remove them. So kind of just like the pick and place, we're going to place them, but then we're going to go back and pick them up and restack them. And one more box to go. I'm also using a near miss with the gripper, and I'll show that in this video. Okay. So pause that. And here we are in Robot Studio. And one of the things you'll notice is I'm going to click on frames here, turn them on, and see we've got this frame. It's this tool. And we can't really change its position. It doesn't let us. And if we try to edit the tool data here and set a position, we can't change these values. So we're going to create a tool. Or I'm going to call it vacuum. Okay. And it's got a tool frame. Alright. And, well, if you look on the assignment, there's some tool data here. 0, 0, 90, mass of 1.8. Center of gravity, Z, is, let's say, 20 millimeters. I don't know why those precision's there, but okay. So if I click on values here, here we go. So the position, I'm going to change to 90 on the Z. And the weight, I don't know if I can change it here. We'll make it 2. And the center of gravity, C was 20, or 19.5. So, and I'll create it. And so now I have this tool frame, vacuum. I can't really see it very well. There it is. But wouldn't you know it, it's pointing the wrong way, right? So I'm going to right click. I'm going to say rotate. I'm going to rotate over the I want to be local though, and we're going to rotate this 180 degrees around the X. It could be this Y too, either way. Basically we're going to point the Z in the other direction, like we do. And I'm going to close that. So there's your tool frame. Alright, now unlike the last project, you don't have to open and close this to pick anything up. So when you go into your station logic, right, you need to think about, well, like, what's going to happen here. So you'll need a collision sensor, and now you'd want to do your vacuum, right, and you would do, let's say, cardboard box. I thought these numbers were correct, but maybe not. So that one says cardboard box 3. Okay, so between these two, but you could add like, a few millimeters of near miss here. So when it gets within 5 millimeters, it connects. And you just kind of make that work with what looks good, like the distance here where you're actually, the gripper part is touching, but not the whole thing. Anyways, that's how you can make the collisions work with a near miss. Okay? All right. And so you're definitely going to be colliding with the gripper and the box, or at least near miss colliding, to do it the best way. Now, when you drop the box, you could collide with the pallet, but the problem is, number one, that's going to bring in a lot more collision sensors, and when you return it, you won't be able to collide with anything unless you put something on the floor to collide with. The floor is there, but it's not really there. There's nothing there, so you won't be able to collide. So what you're going to want to do is you really just need one signal here, and that signal would be to let go, to detach, right? Like to turn it off, let's say. You can name it whatever you want, but you need a signal. And do you need a weight? No, because unlike the gripper, you're waiting for things to happen as it closes or opens, where in the case of attaching or detaching, and in this case it would be detach, you just need that signal. Turn it on, turn it off, and that will detach it. You can play around with that. That's the only signal you really need. And to use the signal to detach, then you don't have to use a collision to detach, just to attach a near miss collision with your gripper. As far as making your boxes not collide with one another when you're transporting them, you just have to set your targets correctly, and pay attention to where a box is. Placing the first box is easy, right? But then after that, as you place the second one, you want to have room or come from an angle that you're not going to slam into that box. All right, well, that's it for me. Good luck. You can do it.